Hey guys, it's One Man Show. Been working on a series of videos for power outages. We have them a lot here. And this afternoon, as me and my daughters were sitting and watching a movie, poof, our power went out. So now's a great time to start doing this, show you what it's really like. Right now, Cardi's behind the camera, shining a flashlight so you guys can see me.
Here.
There, you can see her waving her hand in front of the flashlight. So let us go through this stuff and we'll show you what we have. Okay guys, let's talk about that tier 1 response. The very first thing that's going to happen when the power goes out. If it's daytime, the first thing your kids are going to do is call for you. They're going to want to know why the Xbox quit, why the TV don't work, whatever's broke is broke. If it's dark out and all of a sudden they're plunged into the nighttime, they're going to be screaming for you. Your first desire is going to be to get to those kids. Their first desire is going to be to get to you. And honestly, that's the wrong thing to do. And here's why. Number one, we don't want the kids moving around the house in the dark. They can trip, fall down the stairs, break their pretty little necks. That's a bad thing. You don't need to be moving around in the dark for the same reason. So the first thing you're going to do is holler back to your kids. Yell back to the kids, hey, it's okay, I'm in control, we know what's going on. Just the power's out, no big deal. You need to reassure your kids you're in charge. Second thing you're going to do, now is when you start getting to your children. You're going to want to get everybody together. You're going to want to count noses and make sure everybody's there. You're going to want to stay together in a group. Now, how do you do that? Well, if you've seen my everyday carry video, you know I carry a flashlight on my keychain, and usually my keychain is on me. Also, we have lights, flashlights, in every room in the house. Everybody knows where they are. Also, if you're not like me and don't have a flashlight in every house, you probably have a flashlight on your hip. Your cell phone will actually put out enough light for you to get around. It's not great, but it's enough to do the job. So once you've done that, get to your kids, get everybody together. Second thing you're going to want to do, you need to have a battery-powered radio. It needs to have AM bands, FM bands, and a weather radio. If you can do presets on it, have it preset to the local talk radio channel. They're going to have your first news. If this is a big deal outage, they're going to be talking about it. If it's widespread over a big area, they're going to let you know first. Second, you need to know if there's going to be weather coming your way. We lived in Texas for a while. Tornadoes happen. You keep up with the weather. So now you've got your group together, you've got your information. It's time to start getting light. The kids are going to need lights. Everybody needs to have their own flashlight. They're going to feel safe. They're going to, or having their own flashlight is going to cut down on the arguments. You're going to have enough stress. You don't need the kids arguing over Sally's got Janie's flashlight. Make sure everybody knows whose flashlight is whose. They've got their own. That should get you through about the first 15 minutes. That way everybody's got something, they know what's going on, they've got a goal to work towards. I'll go through and I'll show you a video real quick I'm going to shoot of what we use, our radio, everything. So guys, stick around and we'll get to that. Okay guys, here's the equipment we use in a tier 1 response here at the One Man Show household. You can see we've got a couple of different flashlights here. We'll start on this one. This is my daughter's Shelby's headlamp. We all know the advantages to headlamps. Keeps your hands free and the light goes wherever you're looking. It's LED. It uses the CR2032 battery, is the one that looked like a quarter. It's lightweight, puts out a good amount of light, works great for the kids. This is my headlamp, and it's a little bit brighter, but it runs off AAA's, 3 AAA batteries. It's a little heavier, a little too heavy for my youngest daughters. Also a lot more expensive. This one I think I paid about $12-15 for, and that's been a couple of years ago. This one I paid $5 for at Walmart. Unfortunately, Walmart doesn't carry those anymore, but I have found a place online that does, and I'll put a link down there in the comments to it. These are the room flashlights. This one is actually out of my living room. Again, LED bulb, 3 AAA batteries. You'll notice the same as this. That's something I'm moving towards. Battery commonality makes things a lot cheaper, and you don't have to buy 5 different kinds of batteries for things. We've also still got a few of these left in the house. We're moving away from these. This is the old school 2 D-cell incandescent bulbs. Like I said, moving away from these. They're just not as good. These are a lot more reliable and use a lot less energy than these do. Also, you'll notice this one does not work. Let me show you why. My kids love to play with flashlights, and because these things use batteries so fast, I put one battery in upside down. Stops the current flow. All you gotta do is take the top off, put your cap back on, and you have juice. Also, it keeps you from accidentally turning these things on. If you're like me, you store it sitting in the counter face down like that. My keychain here, as I said, is usually hanging on my hip. My little everyday carry flashlight, bright enough to do the job. Also, you've got your last ditch light, your cell phone. As I said before, these will put out enough light for you to move around. You're not going to be seeing too much, you're not going to be reading with these things, but it'll get you by. Let's move on to our radio. Our radio has AM, FM, weather band channels. This one also has local TV channels. A lot of times, if there's storms in your area, your local TV channels are going to have the weather up faster than the National Weather Service. You can see this one's unplugged, and yet
1.66 inches. Sunset tonight is at 8.
There's my National Weather Service. Nice, cheap, inexpensive, does the job I need. This is what your basics are. Some good flashlights. Again, make sure everybody's got their own. A good radio that's going to work off batteries, and that should cover everything. Now, one other thing I want to tell you guys. Friday, when our power went out, my girls and I went to the kitchen, turned the radio on to get our information about the weather, and nothing happened. Batteries were dead. So one thing we're starting to do at my house, everybody knows when the time changes, you change your batteries and your smoke detectors. We're also going to go through and check the batteries in all of these. The things that are real energy hogs, the incandescent bulb flashlights, the radio, will be replaced. Those batteries get replaced no matter what. These, we'll check them, make sure the brightness level is still good, and leave them alone. But guys, that's all you need for that first 15 minutes. This will get everybody calmed down, reassured. Next, we're going to move on to our Tier 2. That takes you up 4 to 12 hours. There's a lot more detail in that one, so it's going to be a completely separate video. But thanks for watching.